Shalom, shalom, shalom. Yasha Allah. HOI to the chariots fly. It's your brother Minister Nadiv. HOI Illinois. Windy City Warrior. Brothers in blood. Alright. Give all praise and honor to Yahweh Bashem Mashiach wa Malak Yahweh Shai. Just want to come to y'all with a quick one. Alright. It's called Obedience to the Most High. So, hey, this ain't for nobody, but it's for everybody. Alright. Get convicted in the spirit, then that means you got some examining to do of yourself, whether you're being this truth sincerely or not. The law is not designed for you to make excuses, all right, based on your creature comforts. The law say what it say, you do what it say, to the best of your abilities, right, and your understanding according to the Spirit. You don't lean to your own understanding and try to bend the law to justify your behavior. All right? It's this same obedience, all right, that's going to get you in the kingdom of the Most High. It's this same obedience that if you are disobedient to the same law, it's going to get you in the lake of fire, right? Because everybody tend to think, oh, I ain't got a choice. I had to do this. I had to do. You always got a choice. The reason you feel like you don't have a choice is because the choice you should make is not the choice you want to make. That's when you start hollering, oh, I don't have a choice. Yeah, you do. Do what the hell you supposed to do. All right? Not because, I'm going to say that again. All right? Everybody always talking about how, oh, I didn't have a choice. Yeah, you do. The problem is that the choice you had is not the choice you want. You want it to be shaped and shifted and catered to your behavior because there's no accountability with you, right? You don't want to do the right thing. You want to do what makes you feel good, okay? You want to do what is convenient for you. Walking in this truth and keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments are a discomfort to your normal life that you've become accustomed to living. That's why I said you must become childlike. Do away with all of your prejudices, all of your biasness, right? Everything that you think you know. You've been lied to, right, your whole damn life. The problem is that while being overtaken by this lie that we've been told our whole life, we set our moral compass based on the understanding of that lie, right? Now that the Most High has awakened us up, as he said he would in our captivity, and we are rethinking ourselves and we're coming back to keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, you don't get to cherry pick the commandments, okay? You don't get to pick which commandments are substantial to your any given situation, man. The law say what it say, and you supposed to do what it say, no excuses. In fact, make excuses to do the law. Find reasons to do the law, right? Because anything that's worth doing that's righteous is worth overdoing it, right? We're going to start off with John 14 and 15. It says, if you love me, keep my commandments. That's plain, cut, simple, and dry, right? If you love me, keep my commandments, all right? The commandments told you shouldn't steal, you shouldn't lie, you shouldn't be covetous, all right? You should not hate your brother because hate is a form of murder, all right? You should not blaspheme the name of the Lord. You shall not make idols. You should not bow down and worship any other idols, all right? Making any idols of images in or above or below heaven, all right? The law told you you're not supposed to eat shrimp, crab, lobster, catfish, all right? Right? All of these are bottom feeders, and you find that in Leviticus 11, which is the dietary laws. Okay? The men are not supposed to shave your beard off. Right? You're not supposed to shave your head bald. Right? You want to cut it low, get a number 1 guard. Right? This is keeping the law. Love your neighbor as you love yourself, and understand that your neighbor are those of your nation. 12 tribes of Israel. Okay? If you love me, keep my commandments. Right? Because some people tend to think that love is this feeling that you get in your stomach. Right? It's not the damn butterflies you get, the little tingly feelings. All right? Love is an action. 1 John 5:3 says, "For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous." Right? The Lord would never tell you to do something that's out of your capabilities. Right? He's not the author of confusion. Right? So, love according to the Most High is keeping his commandments. All right? But there's a group of people out here that are completely against the obedience of the Lord. They say with their mouths that they know him and that they love him, but yet they do not his commandments. And when you speak of his commandments, now all of a sudden they got a different God. Well, the God that I know, the God that I love, he's this. Well, that God doesn't, the God of the Bible don't say all of that. He said if you love him, keep his commandments. All right? And you go to Acts 5:29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, "We ought to obey God rather than men." All right? So I don't give a damn what your pastor told you. All right? Or your rabbi, or whoever the hell you listening to. If he's not telling you, "Thus say the Lord, thus say the Holy Bible," then he's going the hell off. Okay? I don't care that your daddy 95 years old, okay, and he was in pre-World War I. Okay? And if he ain't telling you keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, hey man, don't damn listen to him. All right? 1 Peter 1:14 says, "As obedient children, not fashioning yourselves according to the former lust of your ignorance." Right now, if you're not keeping God's law, you're in the lust of your ignorance. All right? You're chasing after the big cars, the big rims, the big jewelry, 1,000 pair of Air Force Ones, all the fruity colors, okay? Clothes. You're more than likely you're chasing after all the materialistic things of this world. All right? That's you lusting in your ignorance. All right? Thinking that it's okay to sleep with multiple men. Okay? Now your pH balance is all knocked off. All right? Pelvis inflammatory and disease, yeast infections, damn urinary tract infections. You got all the spirits of these niggas dwelling within you, so you bug the hell out. All right? You're men. You running around here sleeping around with all these different women, making whores out of them because you're not taking care of them and considering them your wife. And the Lord said, if you lay down, you stay down. All right? These are the lust of your ignorance. Okay? You holding fast to Caesar Borgia, the picture of the white boy that they gave y'all when they told y'all he was Christ. When the Bible, Revelations 1:14, clearly describes him as a so-called black man. Right? These are the lust of your ignorance, because that guy allows you to be homosexual, allows you to eat shrimp, lobster, pork, crab, and all the things God told you not to do. Right? Jesus Christ is his name. Him, you can break all the laws. Right? But Yahweh Shai, he coming back to put you to death for disobedience. All right? Exodus 23:22. But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies, and an adversary unto thine adversaries. This is why we have so much death running around our communities. While we killing each other, we being killed by everybody else, because we're not obedient to the law. We're not obeying the words of the Most High God. Therefore, he told you if you were, he would be an enemy unto your enemies. Shalom, King. But because we're not keeping his law, he's not an enemy to our enemy. He's not an adversary to our adversary. In fact, he's actually allowing our enemies and our adversaries to do his will of beating our ass. Okay? They're the whooping stick. He raised them up as the whooping stick to bring punishment up on us for him. And it will only lift when we come back to keeping the laws, all right? That's when he's going to turn enemy to those enemies, all right? Psalms 119 and 30. I have chosen the way of truth, all right? Thy judgments have I laid before me, all right? Understanding the judgments, the punishments that come from not keeping the law. You lay that out in front of you, and when you understand that ultimately death is the final alternative, then that should make you turn quickly to keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. He said, I have chosen the way of truth. All right, and what is truth? Psalms 119 and 142 told you that the law, statutes, and commandments are the truth. All right, it all comes back to the law, to keeping the law. All right. 2 Kings 18 and 6 says, for he have clave to the Lord and departed not from following him. All right, cleave, man. Grab hold on to the Most High. Grab hold on to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Wear them around your neck. All right, put them on like a pair of drawers. Unless you be out here going commando, then hey, I don't know what to tell you. All right, you don't want to be out here naked, man. You don't want to be out here not dressed up in the armor of the Most High, man. Like all manners of calamity gonna come your way. But kept his commandments, which the Lord commanded Moses. All right? Because ultimately that's what it comes down to. You want salvation, you want prosperity, you want it in righteousness. You want to obtain it through righteousness. All right? The Lord said when you keep his laws, statutes, and commandments, that everything that you put your hands to will be prosperous. Okay? He said that if you choose life, you and your seed shall live. But if you choose not to, then death and pestilences will follow you and overtake you. Look at our people. Are we prospering? And don't play semantics, okay? Yeah, you got a few people that's prospering. The Lord make rich and he make poor. All right? But some of those same people that he allowed to become rich, he could be setting those people up just for a downfall. All right? Because a fool and his money shall soon depart. Your money grow wings and take flight. All right? When you're not using it wisely. The Lord allowed you to be rich. You're supposed to be using that money to be a benefit to your nation. All right? Not to be hovering over your people, looking down on them. Even the streets have a law of that similarity. You get on top and you don't come back and try to feed brothers and help the rest of the people in the hood get on that's starving, hey man, you become a target. Now those same very people turn ravenous wolves. They turn hyena. All right? You seen what them damn hyenas did to Scar. All right? Isaiah 1 and 19. If you be willing and obedient, ye shall eat the good of the land. Our people are not eating the good of the land, man. We don't have the best jobs. We don't have the best homes. All right? We don't have the best relationship with each other, with our wives, with the husbands, with the children, with our mothers, with our fathers, right? We're in complete disarray. We're fractionalized. We're broken up. It's every man for his damn self in the same war. How the hell are we all fighting the same war, every man for himself, though? And we seem like we're the only people that act that and operate that way. It's because of the curses, because of lack of obedience to the law. All right? 1 John 3 and 24. And he that keepeth his commandments dwelleth in him. All right? And he in him. All right? If you keep the law, that means you dwelling within the Lord, because the Lord is the embodiment of the law. And he also says that he's within you. 1 Corinthians 3:16. Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Lord. All right? Paraphrasing it. And that the Lord dwells within you. Right? And hereby we know that he abide in us by the Spirit which he has given us. And that is the spirit of righteousness, the spirit of the law, statutes, and commandments. Right? Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Luke 6:46 says, and why callest me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? Right? Lord, another way of saying teacher, right? Why are you calling out to the name of the Lord to spare you or save you or uplift you from your downtrodden state, and you're not keeping his law, statutes, and commandments? When he told you, you wouldn't have a need to call out and cry out to him to save you if you did what he told you to do in the first place. Your need to call out to him for help is a direct showing of how you're breaking his law. All right. John 8:51. Verily, verily, truly, truly, I say unto you, if a man keep my sayings, he shall never see death. Now, is he talking about the physical death of your spirit being released out of the prison that is called the body? No, everybody's going to see that death. He's talking about the second death of your spirit, the vanquishing of your wicked spirit. All right. You keep the law. When judgment time comes, your spirit will make it to the kingdom of heaven. It won't go to the lake of fire where it won't exist in creation no more. All right. Baruch 2:30 to 35, it says, for I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves. All right. The Lord said he knew that after everything he showed us, everything he done for us, all the nations that he put to death on our behalf, he knew we still wasn't going to keep his law, statutes, and commandments. All right? Because we stiff-necked, hard-headed, and rebellious. And you're still making excuses and not keeping the law. All right? But he said, in our land of captivity, we will rethink ourselves. Have we rethought ourselves? You damn right we have. Why you think you got Israelites in every city, every state, on every corner teaching this word? Because we've rethought ourselves and we've come to the conclusion that we are the people of the Bible. We are those children. We are the generation. We are the remnant that was left here. All right? We are the descendants of the people of the Bible. Verse 31 says, and shall know that I am the Lord their God. We know he's our God now. Now we know he's not the God of the world. And the rest of the world know we know the truth now. That's why they shaming people like Kanye, Kyrie, all right, Nick Cannon, right, and all the rest of the celebrities who claim to know that they Israelites, but yet they still keeping their hand tied into the pot with Esau in this wickedness, all right? Because if they were truly repentant and were trying to keep the law, they will untether themselves from their enemy, right? Y'all got enough money. When y'all going to use that money to start being a benefit to your nation, right? For I will give them a heart and ears to hear, okay? If you haven't woken up to this truth, if you don't accept this truth, that's because the Lord haven't given you a mind and ears to receive his word. You're still making excuses, right? Oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it later on, or I got something to do right now. Right? The Lord said his children hear his word, his voice. These words of the Bible is the words of the Lord. That is his voice speaking to you. You're not worthy of the Lord to come to you himself and speak to you like your lying-ass pastor. God told me. God ain't told him a goddamn thing because God ain't dealing with him. Okay? The Lord is not dealing with non-law keepers. Right? Proverbs 28:9. He who turns his ear from hearing the word of the Lord, your prayer should be an abomination. Is the pastor keeping the law? No. He's eating pork. He's eating shrimp, lobster, crab, catfish. He's consuming everything that goes against the dietary law of the Lord. So he's not dealing with him. He's worshiping him. He's worshiping him on Sunday, when the Lord told you to worship him on Saturday. He told you to give this word freely while your pastor charging you a damn collection of it. Okay? So the Lord ain't talking to your damn pastor. All right? And that's where you get that notion from, that what the Lord want me to do this, he'll tell me personally. You are a vile, disgusting thing in the eyes of the Lord. You're unclean. He's not going to come and tell you a damn thing because you're not obedient to his law. And this is why they're mad at us. This is why the Christian Coalition has form has created whole goddamn panels to try to go against the Israelite. They got 10-point programs. If you come in contact with a Hebrew Israelite, this is how you deal with them. Yeah, because they running scared, because we're keeping the law, and the Lord is revealing his mysteries and his allegories and his secrets of the Bible to us. And we didn't have to go to no damn theologian school, all right, to no Edomite college and learn the Bible. Whereas your pastor had to pay money, went to a white man's damn Moody Bible Institute, theologian school, Catholicism school, and was learned how to teach the Bible by his damn enemy, the very person that enslaved you. So we ain't dealing with that. Verse 34. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And they shall be lords of it, right? Teachers of it. And I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. All right. This is the patience of the saints. All right. We're waiting to be taken back into our homeland of Jerusalem. And if you're paying attention to what's happening over in Jerusalem right now, you see that the Lord is destroying those heathen over there. Right? He's cleansing our land. He's getting it ready for us to return home. That's why we have to do our part. We go into these highways and into these byways, all right, day in, day out, week in, week out. All right? And we teaching, thus say the Lord, thus say the Holy Bible. We're making our bodies a living sacrifice. Rain, sleet, snow, it don't matter what time of the year it is, you're going to find us out there in them highways and byways, in them hedges, all right, compelling our people to come back to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, showing our people that they are the true people and descendants of the Bible, showing them that God is the God of the Israelites, you blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and none else. And that's according to the scriptures. Joel 2:27, Amos 3:1, all right? All of these precepts will show you that. Matthew 1:21, okay? Matthew 15:24. All of these precepts are showing you, and there's a plethora more, all right, where the Lord tells you, all right? You go to 2nd Ezra 6:54. There's so many of them that shows you and tells you that he's the Lord of only the Israelites. And if you read the Bible and God is study telling you over and over again that I am only the God of the Israelites and none else, then you should be trying to find out, well, damn, am I an Israelite? And if you are an Israelite, then you understand that your nationality is determined by your father. Whatever your father is, that's what you are, according to Numbers 1:18. Right? We determine our bloodline by the house and the seed of our father, which means that you need to find out which one of the various 12 tribes, Judah, Levi, Benjamin, Ephraim, Manasseh, all right, Asher, right, and Issachar, so forth and so on. You need to find out which one of the various tribes you come from, because when you read Revelations, I want to say 21:12, it tells you that the kingdom of heaven has 12 gates. Each gate has the name of one of the various 12 tribes. The kingdom of heaven was only made for the Israelites. But your pastor and them told you that it's one big pearly gate. That's a damn lie. Okay? So if the kingdom of heaven has 12 gates, then you might want to find out which one of those gates you walk through. Are you a Levite? Right? Are you Judah? Are you Benjamin? Right? Are you Naphtali? Reuben, right? Manasseh, Ephraim. You want to know which one you come from, so you'll know where you belong, right? And there's John 9:31. The Lord don't deal with the sinners, right? Verse 35 says that, and I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their God. Their is used as a possessive pronoun in that sentence. I will be to them their God, and they shall be my people. My is another possessive pronoun, right? And I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I gave them, right? When you get Psalms 119:60, man, I gotta go in here and get my laundry. All right, it says, I made haste and delayed not to keep thy commandments. Okay? Don't sit around and think that you got till tomorrow, all right? Because our salvation is nearer than we believe, okay? We don't know. Yahushua said that he's going to come like a thief in the night. So you don't know when the Lord is going to show up at your door. All right? And be ready to bring salvation unto the Israelites, man. When you read the book of Baruch, chapter 4, it says, this is the book of the commandments of God, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. All right? Because you're already walking around in the spirit, in the congregation of the spiritual dead. All right? These laws, statutes, and commandments are living water. All right? When you come into keeping these laws, it brings you back to life. That's why we always say, I'm in the truth, I'm woke. How long you been woke? All right? You're out of that slumber, that congregation of the spiritually dead. You're now amongst the living of the Lord through his law, statutes, and commandments. And he said that that same law endures forever. All right? Now, your pastor, they want you to believe that the law was done away with Christ. Christ told you that he came not to do away with the law or the prophets, okay? But to fulfill the law. And that's the other one that they'll use. Well, see, he fulfilled the law. No, he did not. He only fulfilled one law, and that was the law of sacrifice. The other laws that he came to fulfill was the laws of him, all right? Performing the miracles, healing the sick, giving sight to the blind, all right? Raising the dead. These were all his miracles that he had to come. These were all the miracles that he had to perform for the people to believe on him, as the scriptures have said. The only law that he done away with was the law of sacrifice, all right? Which says that every time we sinned, we sacrificed a dove or an ox or a lamb, right? And that was how we atoned for our sins. Well, cats would go commit adultery, right, steal, so forth, or what have you, and then they would make the sacrifice with the animal, and then turn right around and go do the same thing again. So the Lord took that sacrifice away. That was the sacrifice. That was the law that he done away with. Once that law was done away with, now you are to be held accountable for your own actions. All right? You shall be condemned by your words and your actions. Every man will be held accountable for his own sins. All right? As a result of that, this is why we make our bodies a living sacrifice, and this is why we pray daily. This is why we fast, all right, to atone for our sins. And with that, I pray that the Lord move the spirit on somebody out there, that you was edified by this quick lesson. All right? It's your brother, Minister Nadir. HOI to the chariots fly. HOI Illinois, brothers in blood. Windy City Warriors. All right? Kwame Yasharala. I gotta go on up in here and get I go in here and get my laundry. I'm pretty sure my dryer has stopped by now. It's our barber shop. There. Man, I hope y'all had a wonderful Shabbat. I got plenty of rest. I put this little quick exhortation together. These mattresses is killing my damn back. Okay?
How's that going for you? You like it?
I do.
All right.
I've been on the road. So you just a driver or you're a
Yeah, I think
Just
I'm
drive. Yeah, I don't want to
spend a little bit more.
Are you on the road?
No, dedicated. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a dedicated route with Nestle.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I
That's
did
a love one to Nestle.
Huh?
That's a love one to Nestle.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
They're good. I like the time off with that route on there.
What's the day?
Tuesday, come back to Saturday morning, and then you get to Tuesday evening. So it's like 3 days off.
Yeah, it's real. So, like I say, man, I hope y'all been having a beautiful. Y'all had a wonderful Shabbat. All right. Y'all out there keeping that law, making excuses to stumble into the law. Okay? Don't stumble over it. Stumble into it. All right? Because what we say, I'm reshaping the form. We say if the Lord is against us, if the Lord is for us, who can be against us? Well, no, I'm going to tell you, if the Lord is for us, then everybody is against us. All right? Kingdom over everything. Kwam Yasha.